All right, join us now is Ken Coleman of the Ken Coleman Show with Ramsey Solutions. Ken, great to have you with us today. All right, I'm just going to cut right to it. I look at this trend, and I think about the cultural trends in America around socialism and progressivism, and I think this is just a direct result. If you think the government should give you anything, why in the world would you want to go to work in the first place?
Well, you make a very good point. I think this is certainly the softening of America because we've got people who just say, I don't want to go back in. You know, I'm a parent of 3 teens, and I remember when they were little, they didn't want to brush their teeth either. But I said, brush your teeth or you are punished. And we've got weak leaders. It's actually silly, nonsensical to even hear stories like this, that leaders are struggling to get people back into the office. Why? Why are you struggling? I don't like Dave Portnoy's style of calling his employees idiots, but I like the substance, the strength to say, hey, if you want to work here, you come back into the office. And I love the testimony of the lady on the street, the last person on the street we just saw there, that package. I mean, she's right. If your superior says, we want you in the office, you come in the office. I don't understand why there's this negotiation. And this specifically is why I'm so curious about it. The data that I'm seeing is that we are back to pre-pandemic levels. When we talk about the amount of remote-only jobs. Obviously, remote-only, full-time remote exploded during the pandemic, but now it's back to pre-pandemic. So where are these people going to go if they decide to quit?
Well, I'm curious if you think that the balance of power will shift once you get some of the job openings coming down and unemployment rates starting to take back up again, many of which this generation, frankly, didn't experience the way that sometimes we all did back in 2008.
Well, that's exactly right. And you're going to see that. You're going to see some real pain have to face these folks. Because, again, the people that are saying, I'm not going back in, then where are you going to go? At some point, you run out of chairs. If you remember the old musical chairs game that we played when we were children. But if unemployment does tick up, which we aren't seeing right now, and I don't see that happening anytime in the near future. No economists that I think are worthy of time are saying that we're going to see that. We still have this massive gap in the job market where we have more jobs available than we do unemployed. About a 1.5 job to unemployed person. So this is just about leaders giving people a mandate, number one, and how about a reason to come back? Why not make it compelling?
Sure, and incentivize them even potentially. Ken, great to see you as always and to get your insight. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.